Black Alpha Network. Home of Black Excellence.
My B1 family, certified black society, what it is. How y'all living out there, baby? Wherever you listening to this at, wherever you tuned in from, one love from the Black Alpha Network. I salute you. Yes, indeed. But man, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody living good. Matter of fact, fuck that. I hope you doing great. That's even better. Me personally, shit, I'm on the same line. I'm riding that same wave, man. I'm staying focused, getting stronger every day, striving, persevering, and just pushing this line for certified black society and the B1 family and representing y'all to the fullest, because that's what's real, and if it ain't real, it ain't right. But what we gonna do, we gonna keep on swatting these haters, swatting these supremacists until we tear down the system of supremacy and replace that motherfucker with a system of justice. Justice for who? Justice for us. That's black first, black only, just black. Staying true to the certifieds. Now, if you down with that, then bang the subscribes and hit them notifications and let's build. And if you already locked into the Black Alpha Network, then let's go to work. Because today right here on this episode, this gonna be one of the most fire ones because we running them up off the block, we throwing them about the club, and we exposing anything that move wrong. You feel me? So let's get to it. Let's get on it. BLACK style as we proceed. We gonna talk about them CWAs. Yeah, I said it. Them motherfuckers straight out of CoonTon. A sample motherfucker named Roland, named Candace, named Herschel Walker, named Billy Porter, named Stephen A. Smith, Larry Elders. Y'all know when them goddamn coons start acting tough. Wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, couldn't move a crowd. Ain't scaring nobody. But when they come in this motherfucker and start barking out shit. What do you mean? What do you mean reparations? What do you mean tangibles? What do you mean black independence? It's all our fault. We're the blacks. Joe Biden's a good guy. Kamala Harris is my buddy. That's all they do. They mad. And the reason why they mad is because we done came up. Ever since Certified Black Society and B1s have came into full motherfucking effect, and trust me, we in full motherfucking effect. But when you talk about a coon with an attitude, first thing you gotta ask is, why are they mad? Why are they upset? Well, let's break it down. And I'm gonna tell you why. We all know why, but let's say it. Fuck it, this is fun. Let's get to it. Why are they mad? It has everything to do with us. See, when a coon don't get his way, when he can't serve massa, oh, that makes him mad on the insides. Oh, that just hurts his little coon feelings. And when his feelings gets hurt, he gets mad. He starts saying a bunch of bullshit, but he ain't gonna do shit because he ain't about shit. Motherfucker. So who are they? 9 times out of 10, they the same coons that you don't recognize before. But they not the quiet coons. They the ones who flap their gums and shit. You feel me? And they mad and they pissed off because they ain't got control over no situation. Ain't nobody listening to them. And they can't do what a coon always loves to do. And that's to dictate to the black community. When they're in a position where they can dictate to us, they're happy dappy. When they're in a position where ain't nobody giving a fuck and they're irrelevant, then that's when they transition into a quiet coon and to a coon with an attitude. And let's break them down. The coons done got some goddamn attitudes, y'all. These motherfuckers is upset. They all in their goddamn feelings. They feel it some type of way, every type of way, every other type of goddamn way. It don't stop. Hey, I rejoice in that shit. I love seeing it. You know what I mean? Seeing a coon upset and seeing the CWA, a coon with an attitude, is like watching that motherfucker who get mad, take off his shirt, start slamming doors and shit, but ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Ain't gonna lift a goddamn finger. That's what it is. They mad for no reason. You feel me? Shit, look at Roland Martin. On every goddamn episode, ever since B1s and Certified Black Society came up, this motherfucker be angry. He be angrous. Every show, he be like, the B1s and the FBBBBBBBBBBBA. That motherfucker can't get a word out. He be angry as fuck. You know why though? It's because we in full swing. They not. See, when shit was going their way and they had Obama and they was running around here and they fake post-racial America and they was swinging the Democratic Party around all goddamn day, they wasn't mad. They was walking around here smug and thinking they shit was real. But ever since we done came in full effect, they realized the streets don't fuck with them. The youth don't fuck with them. The real ones don't fuck with them. And they ain't really got nobody no more, and they're irrelevant. And irrelevance is a terrible, terrible thing. That'll make a motherfucker pride go down the drain. See, when they was running around here and they had things in their way, they was happy. You know how you know they mad? It's because they have a Democratic president and they still angry. Normally, whenever they get the Democratic Party in office, they be happy. You can't tell them nothing. But the fact that they got a Democrat in office, they got a Democrat Senate, a Democrat House, and they still mad, lets you know we pissing them off. Normally when they got a Democrat, they talk that post-racial America shit. We cancel that. Normally when they got a Democrat, they talk that things done got better shit. We cancel that. Normally when they got a Democratic president, they talk about there ain't no more supremacy. We cancel that. The problem is that they got a voice now that counters them. This ain't the old days. Y'all know we talk about that shit all the time. The Black Authority talk about that shit. Tariq Nasheed talk about that shit. All the B1s talk about it. Vicky Dillard, everybody. We all speak on what's really real. And we don't have to deal with that fantasy land shit that all of these Democoons put in front of us anytime they got a Democrat in office. See, now they're mad that somebody else is in control. Someone else got the microphone. Someone else is speaking reality, and they don't have a monopoly on the voice of the black community. I mean, you could take them and put them on every single television show. They can get national publications, but the black media right here and more, we run shit. And the real black people out here on an everyday basis, they listen to us. They rocking with us. Black folks ain't sitting there turning on their TV watching CNN and taking everything the CNN tell them. Black folks ain't listening to ABC and everything they tell them. Black folks ain't listening to NBC, MSNBC, CBD, EFG. Black folks ain't listening to none of that shit. I'll tell you what we listening to. We listen to the Black Alpha Network. We listen to the Black Authority. We listen to Professor Black, Tariq Nasheed, Vicky Dillard. We listen to the real grassroots new black media. B1 family. This is our time. This is our day. And we don't sacrifice that shit for nobody. You know, we got Elders, Neely Fuller, forward, Dr. Claude Anderson, forward, and ain't nobody rocking the way we rocking right now. This is our time. So people like Roland Martin, Angela Rye, and whoever, these Democratic heads, all of them right now are angry as fuck. Because they used to the time back in 2006, 2007, 09, the 90s, the 80s, and they could just swipe out anything that was reality. Basically, whatever they said was the consensus because nobody had another motherfucking voice. But we do. And now they mad. And when they get mad, they turn into some motherfucking CWAs. Let me tell you one more time what that means, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, a CWA is a coon with an attitude. Okay? These motherfuckers are straight out of CoonTon. The land where you get mad and don't do shit. The land where you get mad at real black folks, but you ain't gonna lift a goddamn finger because you know you gonna get that goddamn work. That is a CWA. Oh yeah, it's about a whole lot of nothing. It's the motherfucker mad all day long. They talk that shit, don't do shit, won't do nothing at all. They know they not about that life. I told you, it's like that motherfucker who take his shirt off and slam doors and fuss and yell and everything. And you wait. You ever see two motherfuckers and they about to scrap and they both got their hands up and they just dance around each other for like a fucking hour and everybody waiting on the first motherfucker to throw the goddamn first one and it never comes? That's what they are. That's what they are. They just dancing around talking all kinds of shit. Y'all and all that shit and ain't nothing. Nothing. Because you ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? And then you also know when you're dealing with B1s, we're people who really stand by what we say. We speak truth to power. You know what I mean? And power don't just come with our ideas and our intelligence. Power come when we ain't to be played. You know what I mean? So when we say we gonna get busy, we gonna get busy. And they don't like that and they scared of that. And that's what's got them very, very upset. Going back to what I was saying, they're irrelevant at this point. They're irrelevant. The term new black media, that is a term that never existed. Never existed. Because it was always the old media, the old heads, aka the nobodies, that are completely out of touch with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let's really, really break down the reason why these motherfuckers is angry and the reason why all these coons with attitudes is popping out of every goddamn surface you done seen. Every time you turn around on television, you look at a motherfucking blog or vlog or newspaper, you look at goddamn Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you go, there's a coon with an attitude. And it ain't that same motherfucking face you seen in 2009. In 2009, the motherfuckers was running around here trying to dictate to the black community, trying to tell us what time it was, and they was living in a coon utopia. You know what I mean? They was in coon heaven. Everything was good. Everything was sweet. Because every time a Democrat is in office, they try to tell us everything's better. You can literally trace this country, and every time there's a Republican, they say racism is bad. Every time there's a Democrat, they say racism went away. They'll flip-flop all over the fucking place, according to the Democrat. Because remember, these people do not check black on their race box. They check Democrat. What Barack Obama? He said, I ain't black, I'm a Democrat. Just like OJ said, I ain't black, I'm OJ. These motherfuckers identify with the Democratic Party as their race, as their savior. They don't see themselves as black. They see themselves as Democrats. They don't see themselves as men. They see themselves as Democrats. They don't see themselves as women. They see themselves as Democrat. Their defining characteristic is being a Democrat. It's the same shit back in slavery. Well, back in slavery, you had the real ones, and they identified as their goddamn self and who they truly were. And then you had other people, they identified with the plantation. The plantation was their family. The same way you love your family and you got a last name, their last name is Democrat. Their middle name is Democrat. Their first name is Democrat. They wake up to serve Democrats. They go to bed to serve Democrats. They eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner to serve Democrats. They bow down, boot lick, and shoe shine, all to serve the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party consumes them. It's what they're beholden to. Exactly. It's the same way a slave didn't give a damn about his family. He gave a damn about massa. He didn't give a damn about being independent. He gave a damn about the plantation. It's just the plantation today. It's the same thing. That's why anytime there's a black issue, they don't give a fuck about no damn black issue because they don't feel they're black. That's why Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. They don't feel that they black. They feel that they're Democrats. That's what they were. They're born to be Democrats. Their goal in life is to serve the Democratic Party. That's why you see these motherfuckers, they become Democrats and then they be old as fuck. Gray hair and everything. What they do? Go out serving the Democrats. Still to their last fucking day, these motherfuckers be 99 and a half. They'll be 100 on Thursday. And they ass is still going out serving the Democrats. Because that is their race. The same way we B1, Certified Black Society, and FBA, they're Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. That is bottom line. We want to have black love, they want Democrat love. We want to have black economics, they want Democrat economics. We want to have a black community, they want to have a Democrat community. We want to have a black wife and a black husband, they want to have a Democrat wife and a husband. We want to have black kids, black babies, they want Democrat kids and babies. The same way every other group on this planet represents their race, they represent a damn political party, like it's their race, like it's their lineage, like it's their heritage. We go to black family reunions, they want to go to Democrat reunions. But this is how lost they are. And I say all that to bring it back here. If that's how beholden you are to a damn political party, that you view the political party as your race, as your children, as your family, oh, then they upset right now. They upset because that whole logic of I'm not black, I'm a Democrat, that whole logic of pick up your pants and let's serve massa, that shit is over. That's done. Because the B1s done came in this motherfucking game and fucked everything up. Everything up. And when the B1s is in full effect, when Certified Black Society is in full effect, when FBA is in full effect, then the Coons gonna get some motherfucking attitudes. They gonna get in their motherfucking feelings. Cause they feelings is hurt right now. And they mad, they in here, hold me back, I'm gonna get them. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit but sit there and be upset. You know what I mean? Because every Coon signs a contract. They have a Coon contract. Yes, I said it, a Coon contract. And they put their name on that dotted line. And with their Democratic Coon contract, the number one thing they have to do is keep the black society in check. Because if they do not keep the black society in check, then the massa ain't got no job for them. What massa gonna do with a motherfucker that can't keep them in check? Massa don't want to be around them. Look at Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm not gonna do it. Matter of fact, I gotta do it. All right, y'all ready? All right, you know how that motherfucker talk, because he can't even speak English. He be in this motherfucker talking about, Trayvon Martin was a thug. Trayvon did the Coons and the Cans, and this motherfucker just trip over his tongue when he talk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know goddamn well W Society do not fuck with that dude. And if he wasn't throwing black folks under the bus, and if he wasn't living out his Coon contract, they wouldn't do a damn thing with him. If Jesse Lee Peterson thinks that all he gotta do is say Trayvon Martin was a thug, and W's are gonna accept him and invite him over for dinner tonight, he crazy as fuck. Cause that ain't happening. All he is there for is to serve out his Coon contract. W's will make fake friends with anybody who's willing to throw black society under the bus, or to disrupt black society, or to sabotage black society. They'll wifey you up real quick if you talk down on black folks. And they confuse this Coon contract with like some type of democratic family. That's why they think that they're Democrats and not black people. Because they live in this fucking delusion, and they want to live in it. They choose this shit. Anything that's anti-black is done on purpose. Anything that is anti-black is the choice that was deliberately made. We got to quit doing this Martin Luther King shit where it's like, man, he was sick and he didn't understand why he did it. Man, that motherfucker knew damn well. He knew damn well he chose it because he likes it. He enjoys it. Understand, anti-black racism is these motherfuckers' pride and joy. Whether that's coming from a W or that's coming from a Coon. They like that shit. They like whatever perks they feel they're gonna get. But here's the kicker. At least when the W does anti-black racism, he gets the benefits of the society. When you start talking about these coons with attitudes, all they getting is butter biscuits. And they probably burnt. They just get the trash because it's slavery. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. It's the same way how you had the real ones in the field and you had the same ones that was in the house. Only difference is this, is that today, these folks are a little upset because they don't have control over us. And we running what the fuck we want to run. And we coming how the fuck we want to come. And they ain't got no choice but to bow the fuck down. See, what it does is the massa gives the coon an order. The coon tries to carry out this order. Back in the old days, they used to trick black society. Back in the old days, they used to trick the black community. And now they see the black community don't go for that shit no more. That's why I always say, and I will continue to say, that this era right here, as crazy as shit is, and as wild as it seems sometimes, this is the first era in modern history where black folks are on game. And I'm not just talking about from being woke and being conscious. We've always had people who are woke and conscious. The difference is that these woke and conscious people today are clicking up, are connecting, are really pushing for real, genuine tangibles. It ain't just a bunch of motherfuckers at their house reading a book talking about something, you know, we came from the melanin of the third star over the pyramids of Africa. And one day the divine soul will reach the inside. You know what? Listen, all that cool, respect. I salute you. But don't none of that mean shit if you ain't got money in your pocket. Don't none of that mean shit if you can't protect your family. If you ain't out here really getting money and you ain't really out here talking truth to power. See, we'll have a lot of power mentally, but if that shit don't translate to real life, it's a waste of motherfucking time. You got to take what you know and apply it to the street. You got to take what you know and apply it to the boardroom. Take what you know and apply it to your motherfucking bank. Anything other than that, it's just thoughts. And thoughts without action ain't going nowhere. Trust me when I tell you that shit. Now look back in the day when Barack Obama was president. Remember, right here in America, there's no white America or black America, it's just America. Remember that shit? Remember that? And the coons was happy. They was crying on TV, Donna Brazile, Roland Martin. Every 2 seconds they start crying. And Roland Martin was the main one. I just never thought I'd see the day where a black president and my kid and your kid and they kid and our kid could live in a world with a black man. Man, y'all remember how long they ran with that? The world done changed and now our kids can grow up in a world with a black president. Man, they ran that shit to the motherfucking flow. To the motherfucking flow. Matter of fact, hey, certifieds, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. See, when you're dealing with certifieds, this is the luxury. You don't have to go over the shit over and over and over. Once I say it, I know y'all catch it. And once y'all say it, you know I caught it the first time. These other motherfuckers take 100 times. When you're dealing with certifieds, it takes one. Y'all remember that video he put out during Joe Biden's election where he was in the car crying and shit? Remember that shit? He was just tearful. All that smoke that he got where he's the B, the FBA, and the B1, and well, I listen to y'all now. That shit was not there. All of a sudden, he was crying. He was in that motherfucking car bawling. Gone was that coon with the attitude we see today. In was that same Negro spiritual shit. And I'm gonna get to why. But here's the problem. And this is why he has become a coon with an attitude. That same smiley shit that he was doing, Barack Obama's the president. That same shit he was doing, where they was all happy and they was always on TV getting emotional. That same shit don't go on now. Because when he put up that little goddamn video, and y'all know what I'm talking about, the one with Trey Songz was playing in the back, where all the black folks was voting. He was talking about, oh my God, we voted, all that bullshit. All right. That same shit that he did, that would have worked in 05, 06, 07, 2009, 12. That would have worked in the Obama administration. But now this is the B1 administration, all right? And we ain't have to get voted in, motherfucker. We in these streets for real. We run it. And now that we in effect, he got his ass clowned. He was upset. He was on Instagram and Twitter responding to everybody. That motherfucker was upset. Because he thought that same Negro spiritual, that same defeated, tearful, one day we'll overcome, eyes on the prize, hold on. That same shit that the Democrats always use against black folks, he thought that shit was going to work. This shows you how out of touch these motherfuckers is. He thought that shit was going to work in 2020? Shit. He must never motherfucking heard of this certified BLACK. Cause we don't play them motherfucking games. We don't do that cry shit. That's for them old motherfuckers. We do this real shit. And this real shit ain't got time for crying. This real shit ain't got time for the emotion. This real shit only got time for riding. You feel me? And think about it. The motherfucker ain't never cried when it comes to Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Corinne Gaines, Eric Gardner, Freddie Gray, Jordan Davis, Sandra Bowles, Philando Castillo, Alton Sterling, Eric Gardner. Ain't shed one motherfucking tear for none of them. But the only time you ever see him cry is when it revolves around the Democratic Party. Ain't cried for Corinne Gaines, that young sister, rest in peace. But he cried for Barack Obama getting elected. Ain't cried for Sandra Bland, that young sister, rest in peace. But he cried for black folks voting. Didn't cry for Ma'Khia Bryant, but cried on election night. Certified Black Society, I got a question for you. I got me a real goddamn question. And you already know the answer, but I'm gonna ask this motherfucker anyway. Why is it that they'll cry for election days for Democrats, election nights for Democrats, voter rights for Democrats, Barack Obama getting elected, Kamala Harris getting elected, but they won't shed one damn tear for these young black folks who get taken out by race soldiers? Y'all know the answer? I know the goddamn answer. If you said that's because they see the Democratic Party as their race, you right. Damn right. So now, Massa's upset. Oh yeah, you got to void a contract. In your contract, it stated, your Coon contract, is that you got to control X amount of black folks. You got to get X amount of black folks to do this. X amount of black folks to do that. Shouldn't be no B1s running around here controlling shit. Shouldn't be no certified blacks, no FBAs. Blacks are not even supposed to identify themselves as foundationals. We still supposed to think we all came here on slave ships. No, blacks are not supposed to say they certified. We supposed to be out here talking about we counterfeits. Blacks are not supposed to say B1. We supposed to say B39 and a half. But we say B1. We say FBA. We say certified black. That type of independence, that type of self-identification, that type of power ain't supposed to go on. Oh, we not supposed to be out here riding, getting our game up, getting our game tight. We supposed to be out here doing that same old defeated emotional shit. We supposed to be out here still having civil rights reenactments, turning the other cheeks for givesins. We supposed to be doing all that. We supposed to be talking about Martin Luther King. We ain't supposed to be talking about no damn Dr. Claude Anderson. We ain't supposed to be out here talking about no damn James Smalls and no Neely Fuller. We ain't supposed to be talking about none of that. We still supposed to be out here talking about Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Martin Luther King's dream. But instead, we out here talking about Black Wall Street. No, no, no. Trust me, some phones done rang. Some motherfuckers done been summoned to Massa's principal office. Some motherfuckers done got they lashing, yelled at, cursed out, talked all types about. Massa said, hold the fuck up. You supposed to be controlling these folks. Why are these folks running around here talking about black economics? Why are these folks out here learning about their true history? Why are these folks is calling themselves foundational? Why are these folks is talking about they were here before the slaves? Why are these folks talking about 1526? These folks supposed to be out here talking about Martin and occasionally Jesse Jackson and on a good day Al Sharpton. And they out here talking about some goddamn Dr. Claude. They talking about some damn Neely Fuller. What am I paying you for, Marquise? I'm putting your ass in Coon time out. And it's the same thing that happen to any motherfucker who get yelled at. A motherfucker go to the principal's office or go see mom and dad yell at their ass, cause that's mommy and zaddy to them. Soon as zaddy yell at their motherfucking ass, first thing they sitting there doing is saying, I'm gonna go get them black folks. Roland Martin, Angela Rye, Van Jones, all they do is sit there after they get their asses whooped by Massa. First thing they think of is, I'm gonna be mad, boy. I'm gonna go get some FBAs and them B1s and them ADOSs. I'm going to get Sims. And they be sitting there fuming about us. Ain't mad that Massa just gave him a race spanking. Ain't mad that Massa just embarrassed them. Ain't mad that Massa's out here checking them. No, they get mad at us, because you got to remember, every time Massa yells at the Coon gets mad at us. Every time Massa checks a Coon and gives him a race spanking, the Coon gets angry with us. So when Massa says this to them, they go in timeout and say, I'm gonna get some FBAs. I'm mad at them. These are the reason why I'm upset. Every time that happens, this creates what we call a CWA. The title of this episode, brought to you by the Black Alpha Network. It's called Coons with an Attitude. See, we think they just cooning the Coon. No, Coons get in trouble. They get called to the master principal office. They get put in Coon timeout on Coon detention. Let a goddamn Coon not be able to keep us in check. It's the same thing with slavery, man. When the house Negro could not keep the field brothers and sisters in check, he was gonna get in trouble. That's his only motherfucking job. They ain't just cooning the coon, no. They coon because they have to keep us in order. If not, then butter biscuits ain't coming. Master, you ain't getting no damn butter biscuits. I made 15 butter biscuits and I was gonna give you one. I was gonna eat the rest in front of your ass. But no, you ain't getting no damn butter biscuits because you can't keep the field brothers in check. You going to bed without your coon supper tonight. Your ass starving. Roland Martin the Coon say, Wise, what did I do? I tried to keep him in check, master. I tried, it's my best boss. But that FBA shit's in full motherfucking effect. My coon's powers don't reach that high. Them certified blacks is out of control. His ass went to bed hungry tonight without no goddamn butter biscuits. And you fucking with us and you gonna starve. Cause we gonna keep this shit going. And you got coons with attitudes, then these motherfuckers gonna stay mad. Bet that. Because trust me, we winning. Anytime Coons is angry, we winning. You cannot separate the two of them. When Coons is running around here smiling, showing all they fucking teeth, bucking their goddamn eyes, dancing, that means that they got some shit going. Anytime these motherfuckers is on TV getting angry, trying to call us out by name, because in reality, they don't even want to address us. They want to act like we don't exist. But when they got to mention us, oh shit, that means we done got under their skin. That means they done got that call from master to come to the motherfucking office. That means they done got put in their goddamn time out. That means they angry. That means them butter biscuits didn't come tonight. That means they stomachs is growling. And we gonna keep the motherfucking stomachs growling because we gonna keep on pushing it. So I say this to y'all. Keep on making these motherfuckers mad. You see a coon with an attitude, make that motherfucker Mo mad. You see a coon in his feelings, make that motherfucker Mo upset. Keep it coming, because when these motherfuckers is mad, we winning. If you ever want to know if certified black society is in control, just look at the coons around. When them motherfuckers are saying, why don't you vote? Joe Biden's a good guy, go do this, go do that. I don't understand. When they sweating and getting angry and their voices is cracking and shit, oh, we winning. Oh, yes. You could always judge where black society is by how mad a coon is. When a coon is happy, dappy, slappy, they asses is winning. When a coon is mad, angry, and upset, they asses is losing. And right now, they asses is losing. And we winning. And that's how it go. And usually the coon who's the most mad is the coon who's in the most trouble. If a coon is a little mad, he's in little trouble. If he's big mad, he's in big trouble. And right now, a lot of their asses is big mad because they're in big fucking trouble. And it's a wonderful thing. See, we got this notion that we think they always getting off. We think they always running shit. We always think we got some problem. Man, let me tell you this. Our problems ain't as big as people think. Not as long as we exist, because y'all know this right here, how we communicating, this didn't exist a couple years ago. You couldn't find somebody to chop it up with. You couldn't find a group of black folks who was on game. You couldn't find it. This right here did not even exist. So this right here existing today shows you it's a whole new wave. A whole new wave. And these motherfuckers is angry. We always talk about the bullshit they pull off, but we don't never talk about the shit that they think. We don't never talk about how upset these motherfuckers get. Oh, trust me, when they close their motherfucking doors at night, they are very, very upset. They be waking up in the middle of the night in cold sweats. Oh, FBA. Oh, certified black. Trust me, they be having motherfucking nightmares about us. We like Candyman to these motherfuckers. Say B1 3 times and we pop up. You already know. Don't get it twisted just because they be on TV and news publications. That's what they supposed to do. They supposed to put the counterfeits on TV. They supposed to put the anti-black people on TV. That's like getting mad because you got to have an umbrella when it's raining. That's what's supposed to happen. But just because a motherfucker on TV and they on publications, that don't mean shit. Listen to their words. Listen to what they saying. Follow their motherfucking mannerisms and their actions. They not on TV bucking their eyes like they used to. They ain't on TV sitting there just happy as fuck. They're always trying to give us these orders because they know we're not taking these orders. And once you see all that, then you realize that we are in the certified era. And I've been saying that on the Black Alpha Network now for a whole fucking year. We are officially in the certified era, which means the counterfeits taking losses era. They all taking losses, and we handing them out to these motherfuckers one by one. They can get a ticket, they can get in line, and they can hold this L. That's what it is, and that's the moral of the whole motherfucking story, and that's the moral of today's episode. And by the way, I appreciate the appreciation, I appreciate the love. You know, I say that on every episode, and I'm never gonna get off this thing without saying that. One love to all of y'all. I love y'all with a passion, and it's because of us together why these motherfuckers is taking losses. It's because of us together why this is a certified error. Without all of us, this don't go on. Without all of us, they still bucking their eyes and they grinning and shit. Now, that shit done came down. You done seen a decrease in it. And that's the beauty of being on game. And that's the beauty of being on game with all your brothers, sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods. But yo, since this is the Black Alpha Network, and all we do is cash race receipts around here, let's cash a couple more. Y'all roll with me. Come on, let's do this right here, right now. We done talked about these coons with attitudes. We done broke them all down. But let's go even further. Let's plant some seeds and let's watch our money grow. We're going to listen to a bunch of coons one by one and watch how angry they get. And this is going to confirm, and this is going to further let us know that we are winning, that this is the certified error, that this is the era where the coons and the counterfeits is taking losses. And we are the ones who are personally handing them losses. Because a motherfucker don't get as mad as what we about to hear unless we win. And it started a while back, and now it's growing and growing and growing. As mad as they was 2 years ago, ain't as mad as they are today. And as mad as they are today, it definitely ain't gonna be as mad as they will be in 2 years because we on their ass. So let's listen to these folks. It's the same cast of characters we always talk about. It's the same shucking and jiving we always talk about. Only difference is that we done ran their ass to that master's principal's office. Only difference is the shit they used to pull on us back in the day don't work no more. And the main difference is that certified's in full effect. So let's listen to how mad these motherfuckers is. Case 1, Roland Martin.
And so, but all of a sudden, I got some of these same black folks, and I see it in their Twitter bios. Yeah, B1, FBA, ADOS. Y'all was sitting here, dog, and all rolling. You ain't really ADOS because your paternal ancestors migrated from Haiti. Oh, but now y'all care. See, now y'all see what we were talking about.
Right there, case in point. Look how mad Roland Martin getting. Y'all FBAs. You see, he had to say it. He had to get mad. Let's listen to Candace Owens.
Have an ID?
Yeah, an ID.
So do you think black people, let me ask you a question. Do you think black people are too stupid to get a driver's license?
Why would you call black people?
Because to me, I'm offended that people call that.
Black.
No, I'm asking you something.
Black.
I'm asking you something. I'm offended when people say to me that oppresses us. I'm like, I don't know a single black person that doesn't have ID. You can't drive. You can't buy a pack of cigarettes. You can't buy alcohol. Don't think we're so stupid that we can't figure out how to get ID. It's insulting to call that voter suppression.
Okay.
If black people can't figure out how to get ID, we have a way bigger problem. We're not that stupid. I will not accept that we're too stupid to get ID. I don't know a single. I got cousins that live in the projects. Everybody has.
Look how hot and bothered she getting. It's wrong. What do you mean? She's upset. She's getting pissed off. Charles Barkley.
Something happened that changed the dynamic of that night. There are a lot of black people who are racist too. I think sometimes when people talk about race, they act like only white people are racist. There are a lot of black people who are racist. Trayvon Martin, God rest his soul, I think he did flip the switch and start beating the hell out of Mr. Zimmer.
He's trying to do the subtle anger, but deep down inside he's really mad. That's why he's trying to talk them talking points. Marcus Lemoyne Hill, listen to him.
When I went to teach, where did I go? Morehouse. Not Berzait, not Palestinian University. The film I'm doing on Palestine is about who? The African Palestinians. The Afro-Palestinians. You know about the Afro-Palestinians?
No, I don't.
Exactly. No disrespect, but I'm saying it's easy to say I'm playing. No.
There's a lot of
Let me finish. No, I'm not saying disrespect you, bro.
I know who John Henry Clark is.
So
I know who Dr. B. I know who Francis Cress Wilson is.
I know all of them.
I know who
them well. And I know them all. They're all at my bookstore, too. But that's my brother.
Dr. Claude. That's who I know.
And I know all of them. My point, brother, is this idea that I'm playing in a white liberal. No part of my tradition is a white liberal tradition. I've been part of the prison abolitionist movement. That's Angela Davis. She a white liberal? Nah. That's Assata Shakur. Is she part of tradition? Nah. Malcolm X grassroots. Is that so what? Let me ask you.
Say that about Jesse Jackson.
Marcus Lemoyne, y'all heard that? Just look at him raising his voice. He don't talk like that when he got them W's on there. When he got them W's on his show, he's, well, you know, he's talking about, well, I'm black and I'm here and listen. You see, he's mad. He's upset. Boy, we got these motherfuckers shook. Listen to them. Every one of them got their voices cracking, twisting, shaking, rumbling, fumbling, stumbling, because we got them shook. They ain't where they used to be in. Larry Elder.
Are you saying? No, it is not a major problem in this country. No, it is not. My father was a janitor. He was born in the Jim Crow South. Fast forward, my father in his late 40s started a small business, got a little bit of property. This is what happens in America. Raised 3 boys, educated them. We have a thriving black middle class. If black America were a country, Brooke, it would be the 15th wealthiest country in the world. For crying out loud, this is not your grandfather's America. We ought not act like it is.
And last but not least, y'all know I got to do it. This guy is really upset, but he's, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, so it kind of comes out a little shaky. But we got to do it. Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Trayvon Martin was a thug. Listen to his ass.
It didn't matter to George Zimmerman the color of the man. And this notion that Trayvon Martin was some little innocent kid tiptoeing to the tulips and George Zimmerman had nothing else to do but to go out and kill him is a lie. Trayvon Martin was a thug. His parents know that, you know that, I know that. Oh, they knew that Trayvon Martin was a thug, and that's what it was all about.
Proceed. And let's touch on one of the world's biggest coons with attitudes, Stephen A. Smith, or Screaming A. Smith. But this is only screaming at black folks. Only screaming at black folks. He screams at black football players, black basketball players, black baseball players, black hockey players, black soccer players, black volleyball players. He won't say none of that shit when it comes to anybody else. Matter of fact, he said some stuff about another group, 2 other groups, and he apologized. Now, when you look at it, every single time he's ever apologized, it's been for the shit he said to non-black people. But all the shit he ever said about black groups, nothing. They'll give his ass a bigger platform. He'll run motherfuckers off that screen all day long. But if he even mentions something about another group, he be on TV, I apologize, tell me more. He went from Screaming A. Smith to Whispering A. Smith. He run that shit all back. Just in the summertime, he had to apologize. A couple years ago, he said something about a W woman, and they came down on his ass, got suspended. He's one of their biggest anchors on that network, and he apologizes more than anybody. Just like when Barack Obama was president, he was still getting checked by senators and city councilmen, because it don't matter what power you think you got or what position you think you got. These folks only get attitudes with us. You still have to bow down. And Stephen A. Smith bows down all the time. He'll sit there and say, stay off the weed. He talk about weed with black players. He talk about violence with black folks. He'll single us out and say, it's always the blacks. It's always. He's yelling and stuff. Matter of fact, listen to this. Listen to how rough he get. Listen how tough he sound. Listen to how he got all this Anna when it come to us. But when he talks to other people, it's hush. Listen.
Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen. Stupid.
Yeah, you'll never see him talk to no other group like that. Just like Roland Martin, they'll bring on these supremacists and they'll be polite rolling out the red carpet. Hospitality, asking these folks, what do you want for dinner? I'll cook it for you. But when it gets a black person on there, all of a sudden, he want to talk, I'm from New York. Why you ain't from New York when it comes to talking to that W? Huh? How come you ain't talking about being from Brooklyn when it comes to talking to them other groups? Because he is a coon with an attitude. And he's another guy who used to go around and used to regurgitate what the W's told him. And now he hates that we in full swing. Now he hates that we control ourselves. He was that same guy just doing it from the sports area. Someone else may do it from MSNBC, ABC, all that shit. He was doing it from ESPN. He was ESPN's coon with an attitude. And if you watch him now, he's even more mad. He tried to slide in and act like he was pro-black, and he was getting checked by Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is the W that was on the show. I heard Stephen A. Smith ran him off because people were on there telling him that Max was blacker than him. And he got Max up out of there. That's sad. He was getting checked on black issues by a W. Ain't that something? Matter of fact, T.O., Terrell Owens, he said it. He said Max is blacker than you. And then what happened? Stephen A. Smith kicked in the coon with attitude, because you ever tell them they ain't black, they'll get mad. I'm black. Don't want to be black any other time. Don't represent blackness. Don't stand by blackness. Don't go to bat for being black. But you tell them they ain't black, then all of a sudden they get serious. Because what I tell you, a coon always has to have the identity of a black person, because if they don't have the identity of a black person, then they hold no weight and they cannot infiltrate. So he gets told that he ain't black by T.O., got mad, ran Max off the show. But anytime he says something about somebody else, nothing. When it comes to us, he this big, tall basketball player who screams. When it comes to everybody else, he just another broken coon with an attitude. The ESPN version.
Mentioned obviously Max is going to get in here. Like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A. with what he with his coming, you know, with his commentary.
With all due respect, my brother.
I'm just saying, dog.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna check you right now. You don't cross the line.
I'm just saying.
Tell me. Wait a minute. You don't cross the line. First of all, like I said, you Colin Kaepernick, Eric Reed, any of y'all that want to debate me in front of black people and talk about what's best for black people, name the time and place, I'll show up.
What do all of those people have in common? They all have in common is that they CWAs, coons with attitudes, and there's plenty more. Angela Rye is a coon with an attitude. Matter of fact, fuck that. I forgot somebody else. Joy Reid. Let's listen to her. She was sitting there saying, Max is gonna get mad at me if I don't say this. Let me say it. Listen.
And people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, that is 22 million followers. Okay, I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. My God, sister, you could do better than that. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you. And they listen to you more than they listen to me. Oh, my God. As a fan, as a hip-hop fan, as somebody who was your fan, I'm so sad that you did that. So sad that you did that, sister. Oh, my God.
Listen how just overblown she was with it. I mean, just like acting like it was some damn epic thing that just occurred. And she always had her finger pointing. Y'all notice the one thing they all have in common, they always got their finger wagging. They'll never wag their finger at no W. On no other issue that regards to any other community will they ever wag their finger. These motherfuckers is literally wagging their fingers at black folks. Like we somebody's motherfucking kids. Just because you are a child to Zaddy don't mean that we a child to your ass. We stand strong in the paint. We don't look up, we look down on y'all. And that's the whole giddy up of the whole situation. We in control and they mad. When they mad, we in control. Cannot separate the two of them. So they get mad, they wag their fingers, they do everything they can do. But it don't move the needle not one motherfucking inch. And it feels quite good living in this era. Anybody who lived in the era where they was winning, you understand the difference and you can feel it. You can literally feel it. You can step outside your door. You can go to your motherfucking job. And them coons and counterfeits ain't really moving like they used to. They don't really got that same grip on the community like they used to. They can't throw the Martin Luther King quotes, the Obama quotes, Jesse Jackson quotes, Al Sharpton quotes. Motherfuckers ain't listening to that no more. They can't throw the pasture at you. They can't do all that turning the other cheek. There used to be a time when they tell us forgive. Now we say no. There used to be a time when they tell us Martin have a dream. We say cool, that's him. There used to be a time where they told us can't we all just get along? We say shit, we get along just fine with the B1s. There used to be a time when they told us we was all African Americans. Now we say, nah, we FBA, we B1s. And all of that right there points to one motherfucking thing. That points to the certified black era that we living in, whether they like it or not. Hey, they check Democrat on their race and they put CoonTon as their address. They can't stand where we stand. And remember, ain't no good at being no counterfeit. Don't let them motherfuckers shuck and jive. Counterfeits live miserable. Coons live miserable. Oh yes, they do. Shit, it ain't even no secret. If you can't tell that, your ass blind. You can look at these motherfuckers and see they ain't living nothing right. They ain't living nothing good. They live life trying to appease people who are their masters. Ain't no love in that. Ain't no realness in that. They broke down and they in shambles. Every single one of them. So while we shine and we go through what we go through, we do that shit shining. They go through what they go through and they do that shit broken. Every last one of them. There ain't no such thing as a powerful counterfeit. Nope, only weak. And they may be happy being a coon, but them coons ain't happy. Facts. We said what we said. So remember that next time you see any of these coons with a motherfucking attitude and they got their little finger wagging. It's 1, they pissed off. 2, they done got a race spanking. 3, they on coon timeout. 4, shit don't go the way it used to. And 5, this is a certified black era and they can't do a goddamn thing about it but get mad. But guess what? They get mad, they get big mad, they gonna stay that way. Because as long as the coons is upset, that means that certified B1 FBA is in full motherfucking effect. Bet that. But yo, this was another episode of the Black AlphaCast. I appreciate the love. You already know I'm sending it back. Extra, nothing but salutes. Bang them notifications and hit them subscriptions. We coming up, we building, we on the rise, speaking truth to power and everything in between. But this has been the Coons with an Attitude episode where we broke down these motherfuckers, and there's plenty more, but quite frankly, there's too many motherfuckers to get to, so we'll fill in all the motherfucking blanks and we'll connect the dots. But I want y'all to stay safe out there. Take care of yourself. Keep your eyes open. Stay focused. And as long as you do that, everything will be good. Because I want to catch y'all the next go around. And I want to chop it up with y'all even more. And we're going to keep chopping this shit up until the world feel us. Guarantee that for sure. I love y'all. Stay safe. And as always, black is beautiful and beautiful is black.